Alright, today we're diving into two insane stories that are going to leave you so bullish, you'll be running through walls. We're talking about the Pine Network's massive breakthrough that's going to silence the skeptics, and a Bitcoin forecast that's not just bullish, it's parabolic. This is the kind of news that the institutions, the big banks, the regulators, they absolutely hate that we're talking about. They want to keep you in the dark, but we're shining the light on the truth. You won't believe how this ends. Stay locked in, because this is going to be straight fire. Alright, let's jump straight into the first bombshell, the one that's got the entire crypto community buzzing. This is for all my Pine Network OGs, all the pioneers out there who've been stacking those coins, battling the FUD. This is your moment. I'm looking at an article right here, and it's titled, Pine Network Price Prediction, Kraken PI Futures Launch Ignites $1 Breakout Speculation. Can you believe it? Kraken, one of the biggest exchanges in the world. They're launching PI futures. The Pi Network has reached a significant milestone with the debut of perpetual futures trading for its native PI coin on Kraken Pro, intensifying market speculation about whether the Pi Network price could soon reclaim the $1 mark. Reclaim the $1 mark? Are you kidding me? This isn't just about reclaiming. This is about validating years of hard work, years of mining, years of believing in the vision. Kraken doesn't just list anything, fam. This is a massive vote of confidence against all the FUD that's been thrown at Pi Network. This is the revolution against the centralized gatekeepers starting to pay off. While the listing has stirred optimism, price action remains muted, and technical indicators paint a mixed picture. Muted. They call this muted. This is opportunity, people. This is the calm before the storm. This is whales positioning themselves, quietly accumulating before the masses catch on. You see this with every single crypto that explodes. They want you to think it's nothing, so you sell your bags for peanuts. Don't fall for it. As you can see on screen, even with the muted action, this chart is screaming by opportunity. On May 23rd, Kraken Pro officially listed PI perpetual futures, offering up to 20 times leverage and support for more than 40 collateral assets. This development has been hailed as a major leap for the Pine Network coin, especially as it marks one of the first instances where PI has become available for active futures trading on a leading exchange. 20 times leverage. This isn't just a listing. This is a declaration of war on the traditional financial system. This is giving the people, the everyday crypto warriors, the power to leverage their positions, to truly benefit from the future of decentralized finance. This is exactly what the banks are terrified of. They see their control slipping away. Despite the fanfare, the Pi coin price has failed to sustain any rally. After briefly reaching $1.60 earlier this month, it has since retreated and is currently hovering around $0.76, down nearly 3% over the past 24 hours. Daily trading volume has also dropped sharply, over 60% from recent highs, suggesting reduced momentum. Down 3%? Reduced momentum? No. This is a gift. This is a chance to buy the dip, to stack your bags for pennies on the dollar before the rocket ignites. This isn't weakness. This is a whale sale. Smart money is quietly accumulating while the weak hands sell for fear. You think institutions are going to let this opportunity slip by? Absolutely not. This is a calculated move to shake out the weak before the real run begins. Think about it. Kraken lists it. Volume drops. It's a smokescreen. People. Chart analysis shows PI coin locked in a narrowing range beneath a descending resistance line. According to the latest data, the token is consolidating between $0.73 and $0.78, with an emerging descending triangle formation hinting at a potential breakout. Potential breakout? No. This is an inevitable breakout. This descending triangle is just a coiled spring, ready to launch. When it breaks that $0.78 resistance, get ready for fireworks. This isn't just technical analysis. This is a roadmap to financial freedom for early adopters. If the Pi crypto price can push above the $0.78 resistance and confirm the move with volume, bulls may eye short-term targets at $0.84 and $0.96. Analysts suggest a further breakout could extend to $1.20 or even $1.57, provided broader crypto market sentiment improves. Short-term targets, $1.57. These are conservative estimates. These are the numbers they want you to believe so you don't get too excited. With Kraken on board, with the community growing, with the mainnet pushing forward, Pi Network isn't stopping at $1.57. We're talking about multiple dollars, tens of dollars, potentially even $100 in the long term. Remember, this is a revolution, and revolutions don't move in small increments. However, caution dominates the current mood. Most hourly indicators are bearish, one technical analyst noted, citing a weakening RSI and bearish MACD crossover. Unless bulls return with volume, the bias leans toward continued sideways action or a drop below key support. Bearish indicators. This is the FUD they spread to scare you out of your positions. This is the mainstream media, controlled by the banks, trying to manipulate the market. They don't want you to be a part of this decentralized future. But we know better, don't we, crypto fam? We know that these bearish signals are just opportunities for us to accumulate while they're sleeping on the biggest revolution of our lifetime. They always say sell the news, but we say buy the real news. Beyond price charts, the Pi network continues to make progress with its open mainnet, which officially launched in February. With over 60 million users and 19 million verified KYC accounts, Pi is steadily expanding its decentralized app ecosystem, now home to over 25 dApps. 60 million users, 19 million KYC'd accounts. This isn't some tiny project. This is a global movement. This is bigger than most traditional banks, and they know it. The dApps, the ecosystem, this is real utility, real adoption. This is how we crush the old system. Pi Network is laying the foundation for a truly decentralized economy, and you, the early miners, are at the forefront. You are the pioneers of the new financial frontier. The team has also announced plans to allow the conversion of Fireside tokens into Pi coins and to migrate larger volumes of Pi to the mainnet, a move that could influence supply dynamics and thus impact the Pi token price. Supply dynamics. This means scarcity, people. This means once the dam breaks, and all those Pi coins migrate to the mainnet, and trading fully opens, the price is going to absolutely skyrocket. It's basic economics, and the elites don't want you to understand it. They want to keep the good stuff for themselves. But we're here to expose it. This is about to be a supply shock that no one is prepared for. But hold up. The crypto heat is just starting. If you thought Pi Network was going to blow your mind, wait until you hear what's happening with the king, the one and only, Bitcoin. Because the charts are screaming, the whales are moving, and this next piece of news is going to send chills down your spine, the good kind of chills. All right, fam, let's talk about Bitcoin, the OG, the digital gold, the asset that's going to dismantle the central banks once and for all. This article from AMB Crypto is pure fire, pure alpha, and it confirms everything we've been saying on this channel. Get ready for this. The headline: Bitcoin enters Wyckoff Phase E, mapping BTC's path to $125,000 and beyond. $125,000 and beyond. Are you ready for this? Bitcoin, BTC, officially entered Phase E of the Wyckoff accumulation model, typically marked by a breakout and strong upward continuation. Wyckoff Phase E. This isn't some speculative hopium. This is a time-tested accumulation model that signals massive moves. This means the smart money, the whales, the institutions, they've been quietly accumulating for months, even years, and now it's time for the markup phase. They've been shaking out the weak hands, making you doubt yourself, and now they're ready to unleash the beast. This is exactly what the banks dread, a truly free market, unbound by their manipulation. One key technical confirmation was witnessed on the 24th of May, when the 50-day moving average, MA, crossed over the 200-day MA, forming the favorite golden cross on the daily chart. A golden cross. People, this is like finding a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but instead of gold, it's Bitcoin, and it's going to make you rich. This isn't just a chart pattern. This is a historical indicator of massive bullish momentum. Every time this happens, Bitcoin goes parabolic. They want you to focus on the FUD, the tiny dips, but the true signals are screaming buy, buy, buy. This is the ultimate signal that the sentiment has shifted permanently. Naturally, many traders have now set their sights on the $125,000 mark, the first major resistance within this markup phase. The real question remains, what happens beyond that? $125,000 is just the first stop. Think bigger, crypto fam. This is just the beginning of what's coming. We're not just talking about doubling your money. We're talking about life-changing wealth. They want to cap your expectations, keep you dreaming small, but we know the truth. Bitcoin is going to rewrite the rules of finance. From a highly regarded market analyst tweet, the next cycle for Bitcoin could either be a distribution phase or a reaccumulation phase. The The likeliest, in his view, is reaccumulation, particularly with the U.S. Senate set to vote on key crypto legislation soon. Reaccumulation. Even with regulatory events, even with the government trying to get their hands on crypto, the smart money is still reaccumulating. Why? Because they know they can't stop this revolution. They can try to regulate, they can try to control, but Bitcoin is unstoppable. The Senate voting on legislation isn't a threat. It's a step towards mass adoption, bringing in even more institutional money. They're forced to acknowledge us. Of course, regulatory events inject volatility. But they could also support institutional confidence, especially if legal clarity emerges around digital asset classifications. Volatility is our friend, people. It creates buying opportunities. And institutional confidence? That's code for more whale money coming into the market. They're going to pour trillions into this space. This isn't about fear, it's about opportunity. This is the big players getting their ducks in a row before the real floodgates open. They tried to ignore Bitcoin. Now they're forced to embrace it. On-chain metrics add fuel to the current rally. The declining number of exchange withdrawing transactions, a key indicator tracking how often BTC is moved to private wallets, suggested selling pressure may be dwindling. Declining exchange withdrawals. This means people are pulling their Bitcoin off exchanges and into cold storage. Why? Because they're not selling. They're hodling for the long term. They know what's coming. This is the ultimate sign of conviction. This is retail and whales alike securing their assets, knowing that every single Bitcoin they own is going to be worth a fortune. This is supply shock in the making. Picking up on the decline, the resulting fade in selling pressure may act as a stealthy bullish driver, reducing overhead resistance and powering price momentum. This pattern aligns with the analyst's projection of a distribution move near $260,000 by August or September, assuming market supply remains constrained. $260,000 by August or September. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. This isn't just a bull run. This is a parabolic, face-melting, wealth-generating event. $260,000. That's more than double the initial target. This is why you need to be holding, why you need to be buying the dips, why you need to be part of the crypto revolution. They're not just printing money, they're printing your future. So there you have it, crypto fam. Pi Network is breaking barriers, showing the world what true decentralization looks like. And Bitcoin is not just entering a bull market. It's entering a new era of dominance. This isn't just about making a quick buck. This is about changing the world, about building a financial system that works for us, not against us. Smash that like button if you're bullish, subscribe to Goldrush Crypto Daily, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single golden nugget of alpha. And tell me in the comments below, Pi or SHIB, what's your pick for the next 1000% gain? This ain't financial advice, but crypto's gonna make us rich. Stay bullish. Peace out.